That's one of the best calls you'll hear, and it's done by the best in the business.
No, don't make me guilt you into that. You have so many other guests you could have on. Nance is going to be mad. Al Michaels is going to be mad.
Well,
Tarico is going to be mad.
I'm going to say that to Al when he's on tomorrow.
Oh, I know you will.
Al,
I know how you roll.
But for the moment, you're the best in the business, Joe.
For the next 10 minutes.
Good to see you there.
How are you?
I'm great. But in all seriousness, I mean, your call, it was essentially about 8 words. You know, Wilson throws deep, curse, touchdown, Seattle's going to the Super Bowl.
I don't get paid by the word.
But that's not easy. I'm serious.
No, well, when that catch was made and he's rolling around, and I don't know who was defending, I should know, but whoever was defending for Green Bay, you're thinking, just don't drop it. Don't be the guy that just made the call. Seattle's going to the Super Bowl, and then they're not.
Great.
That
Could have
would
been
really suck.
A Des Bryant moment where,
Look at unbelievable drop.
After further review.
Right, yeah, which we had. I pulled a groin call in that
That's right,
that catch.
The Des Bryant catch, too. You pulled a groin.
I did.
You weren't limber enough for that 4th and 2?
I wasn't. Well, it came out of nowhere. I mean, I get ripped for being too boring on the Tyree catch. It happened right over there.
Yeah, in that stadium.
In the Super Bowl. Are you a Giants fan?
No, I grew up Jets.
Jets.
Yeah, I grew up Jets. Yeah. So,
congratulations
on
that.
Seeing Revis in the Super Bowl.
There's a kid who made a bad decision early.
But I went Yankees.
Okay.
So I went
That's not usually the way it goes, though, isn't it? Jets, Mets, Yankees.
And you called. You were behind the mic for all the tour years too.
Yeah.
For all of that stuff.
And yet all of your brethren think I hate the Yankees.
But that's one of my favorite stories.
And all the San Francisco fans out here think I hate the 49ers.
What was that? 2 years ago, where you retweeted on Twitter, which you have since dearly departed.
Yeah.
That somebody was saying how
multiple people
that you were biased about which was.
I was in New York in a hotel room getting ready for a Giants football preseason game.
Yeah.
And my Twitter lights up, you biased jerk, and these are the nice ones.
Yes, right.
You hate the Yankees. He was clearly safe. I'm not even watching the game. I'm not at the game. I'm not calling the game. Why do you always call the game against the Yankees and for whoever they were playing? I'm like, hey, look, genius at grandmasbasement.com. I am in a hotel room. I'm not doing the game. Right. It was Kenny Albert. He and I sound nothing alike.
But he hated the Yankees, right?
Boy, he clearly is from New York. I mean, he was biased. That's what made me mad.
You know, and I'm here with Joe Buck. We just had a fun moment out on the field in the TV-only segment.
That's pretty cool.
Where,
you mean because Papa John was there?
No, that, yes. And also Joe Montana was here, and your dad, Jack Buck, was one of 2 Hall of Fame announcers, or many Hall of Fame announcers, who were calling the catch play, the famous catch where Montana found Dwight Clark. Now, your dad was doing the TV broadcast?
No, this is one of the really great listens that NFL Films put together. They put the TV copy of that game with the radio call on CBS, and my dad's doing the play-by-play, and Pat Summerall is doing the color on CBS Radio. And there was a while there where they were together, but their voices sound so alike that they ended up splitting them up. And then Pat obviously goes on to be arguably the greatest to ever do what I try to do every Sunday. And my dad was working with Hank Stram doing the radio after that. But yeah, so Vin Scully's calling that on TV.
Yeah, Vin was doing the TV, that's right.
And my dad's calling it on the radio. My dad also called the John Taylor, hey, look, there's John Candy touchdown to beat the Bengals.
No, and then moments ago, we had you recreate the catch as Dwight Clark.
Yes.
With Joe Montana throwing to you.
Fat Dwight Clark.
Rich, we asked Joe while we were out there what his favorite John Candy movie was. Do you have a guess?
Joe Montana, you asked?
Or Joe Montana.
We have many Joes here today.
Ask Joe Montana what his favorite John Candy movie was. What would he say?
I don't know.
Armed and Dangerous.
Planes. Summer Rental.
Summer Rental, which was filmed in St. Petersburg, Florida.
He went the Great Outdoors.
He did?
Yeah, he went the Great Outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, there's Planes, Trains, Automobiles, Uncle Buck. You can keep going on down the list. And tonight, sir, you are getting the Pat Summerall Award from the good people.
All dovetails and comes together.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Yes.
They do the awards work.
And you're emceeing it.
Well,
which is very, very nice of you. You've done it before. I saw you do it 2 years ago. I know for sure because I was there when Archie got it.
Archie Manning, yep.
And then I've emceed it.
Yep.
And so what this means is maybe next year you'll get the award and I'll MC it.
Well, Joe, if anything that you are honored at, and if they honor me to be the MC, I'm there.
Okay,
You
that's nice.
truly are one of the best, and just
Tell me this segment's ending right
it is
now.
not ending.
Tell me that I
not.
curtailed my night in a Super Bowl city, knowing that I had to get up and be in a car this morning.
No.
And we're going to be here for 4 minutes.
No. You're getting a second segment even.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact,
Big
Joe,
really?
Oh, yeah, you're getting two.
No,
Okay.
and we're not even done with this segment. I'm just choosing
it
the
felt
moment
like
to
it was
tell you how much.
wrapping up.
No, it's just because that's not a parting thought. That's just a thought that I had.
So why are you not carrying forward the whole Western theme? Why are you dressed like Alex B. Keaton today?
Well, I appreciate the Family Ties reference.
Yeah.
Number one, it's just the way I roll. I mean, it's not like dress up where I'm going to come.
It's not dress up. All I see on your Instagram is, hey, here I am at the OK Corral.
Now, hold
Look
on
at me in a
second.
duster.
Now,
Look at me in a
do not-
hat.
Do not paint me as one of those social media people who's constantly selfieing.
Kardashian-esque.
I'm not selfieing.
You're Kardashian-esque.
No, I am definitely. I'm not.
Do you own a selfie stick?
I do not. I have a stick, and I do some
Does Susie
selfies.
own a selfie stick?
She does definitely not own a
Okay.
selfie. But she's like you. Her account's private. You're a private man, Joseph.
Yeah,
You're a
you
private-
know what? I don't want the stuff that I put up would A, get me fired if it became public. B, I don't want,
Yeah.
at grandmasbasement.com looking at my stuff. I don't want them looking at my kids. Maybe that's more.
Is there such a
more,
thing as grandmasbasement.com?
I don't know.
Are
There
you?
should be.
Joe Buck is here for grandmasbasement.com.
Yes, it's a
don't
great place to be.
And I know you wouldn't, because you'd have the golf shirt
Yeah.
with the
With my
grandmasbasement.com
grandma.
embroidered
Although
on
she
it.
passed away many years ago. And we sold her house and all of her belongings. So she doesn't have a basement. And there really wouldn't be much to do down there.
Joe Buck is here. He's going to get a second segment.
Wow.
Yes. And
See? I said no to that last margarita.
Did you really?
Thinking that I had to bring the.
No, you
A
brought the
game.
noise and the funk.
Did I?
Yeah, in a manner in which you rarely do.
right.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Joe
It's a
Buck
little
is
funky.
here on the Rich Eisen Show. When we come back, we take a selfie with a stick. And as a matter of fact,
There it is.
Chris Law is bringing it out right now. for
And
the
how about
radio
Chris
audience.
Law? How are you not in an Old Spice commercial?
I know, it's not, this is not mine, this is Del Tufo's.
I don't even know how to use this thing. Here we
Huh?
go.
You don't know how to use it.
I don't know how to use this.
You have
stuff.
a belt with a loop on it that. Hey, what's up? Hey, hey guys. Now how do you hit the button?
I don't even know what I'm doing. Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. Joe Buck is here for a second segment. Even though
Guilted you into that.
No, you didn't guilt me into that. I prepared for it. You know how I prepared for it? I removed 2 pounds of pressure from the cushion seat because I know that's how you
It
like
felt
your,
a little flat.
That's how you like your guest seats. That's
Yeah.
at least I thought that way.
This is not a regulation guest seat.
No, it is. It's just 2 pounds per pressure.
yeah.
I mean, underneath. And
My supple backside.
well, no, I
sinks right in.
I took care of it in room temperature, and you know when the air conditioning comes on, that's what I learned.
It's
That's
gonna
what I learned.
stiffen up?
I learned. Was that the most bizarre press conference you've ever seen?
I haven't even seen it.
You didn't
know,
see
once
Belichick?
once I said Seattle is going to the Super Bowl, I went, click.
Was that the last time you shaved? Also?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Is that pissing you off?
No, it's not. It's rugged. It's rugged, Joseph. It's not pissing me
I
off.
respect the game.
Right there.
No, I mean, no, it's okay.
Don't hate the player.
Hate the razor.
Hate the razor.
I understand.
Yeah.
You know, Costas was here yesterday.
Really?
Yes, he was. And JB Smoove was here yesterday.
That's a good combination.
And I had no idea what I was walking
Those
into.
two should never be on the same.
Well, they apparently were in a movie together. It was a Pootie Tang reunion. And then Bob,
Thank
listen
God.
to this. I want to play this sound for you because Bob was the one who pointed it out. This was Bob Costas yesterday with JB Smoove.
It involves the cult classic
Yeah.
Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang.
Yes.
Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang. I put the tang in Pootie Tang.
Now, you know,
Wada my brother, wada tang. I'm
pretty
gonna
much.
sign your pity on a runny kind, brother. I got to say the name now.
Farate, my main baby.
JB Smoove.
My Damie.
There you go.
As only Bob can say it. Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang. Tang of Pootie. That is hilarious. He lost his mind. What happened to him?
I don't know. Bob came in.
Guns blazing.
feeling good. Yeah.
He-
No, I don't think it might have been some cold medicine. It could have been. I don't
Could
know.
have been.
It could have been some of that high octane stuff to get rid
Yeah.
of the cold. Before.
Yeah.
Have you ever called a super?
Showed up drunk?
No.
No.
Other than right now?
Other than now,
Yeah.
no.
No, like called a Super Bowl under the weather? You ever do one of those? You ever play hurt?
Actually, there's some weird Instagram
Yeah.
or Twitter thing. It's like about booth things. Like I'll get, it's like a historical look back at, on this date in 1975,
Right.
this game happened and these guys called it. Well, I saw a picture before this last NFC Championship game where it was a game in Philadelphia. It was, I think, Carolina and the Eagles. And that morning I woke up and I couldn't talk. I mean, I couldn't make a noise. And I found some willing doctor, surgeon, laryngeal guy to go down and inject my vocal cord
Oh my Lord.
and I was on steroids that day. I was
right, of
completely muscle enhanced.
That is right. I mean, I
I
knew
was
that
a
going
wreck.
in. Now, but for just knowing that your career obviously depends upon your vocal cords. And
Yeah.
not knowing, what was
Well,
that
that
like
was
for you, Joe?
2011. That was after the Super Bowl we did in Dallas, and it was gone for almost a year. And I was doing the whole year with half a voice. I mean, and when your vocal cords, one of them's paralyzed.
Right.
They don't close. You lose all your air. So in those big moments like that, the guy that works with me actually, we showed that Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. I could have never made that call because there's no force behind your voice because you've only got half the noise coming out. So I've come a long way from that, and I was, scared to death that I was done.
Yeah, you really were?
Oh, God, yeah. I every day I'd wake up thinking it's not better, and what am I going to do for my living?
So what happened? Just one day it just came
It came back. It was a nerve issue, and the nerve was insulted somehow, be it a virus or whatever, and eventually, after almost a year,
Right.
it came back, and it came back in 2011, just prior to that World Series, when Freese hit that home run.
Yeah.
And thank God, or I wasn't going to be in the booth for that.
Right.
And may not ever do a game after that.
Joe Buck is here on the Rich Eisen Show. What do you think is going to happen Sunday? What do you think?
Well, I can honestly say that my wife, being from Denver last year when we were doing the game,
Yes.
met with the Seahawks prior to the game, the Legion of Boom.
Yes.
And I came back to the hotel. She's like, well, what did they say? What do you think? And I said, the Broncos have no chance. And I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
Why did you
Because
get
we
that
sat
sense?
in that room, and those guys are so unique and so not scared and so willing to say, we don't care what Peyton Manning does at the line of scrimmage. He can say Omaha. He can say New York Bozo. He can say Papa John's cheeseburger, bacon pizza. It doesn't matter. We're not going to move, and we are going to absolutely beat them up. And they did. And that game was over before it started. The first snap, it was like, uh-oh, what are we in for? It was 43-8. This game feels different to me. I usually pick the team that I'm just coming off doing, so I see Seattle. But I didn't like the way they played that game at all. I thought Green Bay lost that game. I think New England, if I had to pick a team, and you're asking me, and I don't care if anybody, I think New England wins the game.
You think, and Brady gets the 4 rings?
And I see why this is a pick'em game. I mean, neither team really jumps out at me, but for whatever dumb reason, I just think after missing on the last 2, I think New England wins this game.
Yeah, and your partner Troy Aikman's going to join us later on.
He won't make a pick. He's too scared.
No, but he was pretty strong about this whole Deflategate.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, it's not really that complicated, is it? I mean, 11 balls are under deflated. And
But we don't know the amount that they were under deflated. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know if it was
Right.
X pounds of pressure or X tenths pounds of pressure.
Right. It was enough for them to recheck them and reinflate them for whatever.
But he was on.
Yeah,
in
but
on
I mean,
that.
I think that's Troy's life, and you can talk to him about this. I mean, that's the blessing and the curse of being Troy Aikman. You can go through life and just make the clean, safe statement, or you can say how you really feel when somebody asks you, and he really felt that way, and I admire the fact that he said, and Troy hated throwing a wet ball, and it's something that I think struck him like, okay, well, if they're tampering with the inflation of the football, then that's wrong. But when he says it, it's on the side of the screen on SportsCenter. It's on the side of the screen on NFL Network.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. So, you know, that's life as Troy.
We call that the stick.
The stick.
Yeah, that's the stick.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's the stick.
I didn't know that.
Well, but it's also to let you know what's coming up.
Right.
Because you as a viewer, it's not a selfie stick. It's just a stick.
No, but it's like, you know, the hosts aren't engaging enough or entertaining enough.
Yes.
Maybe you'll like something else.
That's exactly what it
So
is.
please stay with us.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, a
Joe.
voiceover, guys, is this.
I love that too.
Papa John.
When we come back
Better ingredients.
on the Rich Eisen Show,
Better pizza.
I took 2 pounds of pressure out of Joe Buck's seat.
Let's see if he
likes it,
notices.
though. Next on the Rich Eisen Show. I did that a couple of times on SportsCenter. I would throw to break that way.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did they like that, or
because
did they fight that?
one year on SportsCenter, they took away on the Sunday night SportsCenter the bumps to break from our plate because I think they got the focus group information back that they weren't getting teased properly to stick around through a commercial break.
You know where they did that focus group?
In your house?
In my grandmother's basement.
That's right, .com.
Day after she died.
So we come into work. Dan will attest to that. Dan will attest to that because I was doing SportsCenters with him, and then suddenly we would just lay out, as they say in the television
And then
business.
they'd pick it up
then
and
coming up next
Right.
on SportsCenter, the peak performers of the day.
Right.
That's next.
Right.
So
It's
so the next time
creepy voiceover.
I know, and so the next time when we had a SportsCenter, I did all the bumps in that
That's
voice,
great.
and I went to sleep that night. I
We're
felt
going
a
to
little
show
better.
LeBron James for the 75th time in the last hour.
Skip Bayless is going to say something stupid.
Bring him up.
Next.
Bring him up later in the show. Please. I want to get the reaction.
Yeah? You mean
What's
when...
going? Are they doing a sound check for Rihanna?
Oh, yeah,
over
man.
there?
We're across the street from where DirecTV's having their
Do
party.
you think Rihanna's going out with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Wait, she is?
Yeah.
Now, are you
for
saying
Leo.
that because you're upset because you no longer have a shot in your mind? Is that what that
I'm a married
reaction was,
man,
Brockman?
First of all.
No.
No. That's what
him?
his reaction was
Oh.
essentially like, she is?
And
Like,
who?
No, I was just kind of
At
surprised.
DiCaprio
She
or
doesn't
her?
seem like Leo's type.
I would agree with that. But do we really know Leo?
Great question, Joe. That's a great question.
I mean,
Rose
I
didn't
don't
really
feel
seem
like
his
I know him. Is he Gilbert Grape? Is he the guy in the Titanic?
Yeah.
Is he the guy in the
Gatsby.
Blood Diamond thing?
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Departed.
Yeah.
Tough guy there.
Who is he? Who
I don't
is
know.
Leo
Who is-
DiCaprio? Joe Buck, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Legends for Charity dinner tonight. You're getting the Pat Summerall Award. I will see you there, sir.
Did Montana drink out of this?
I think that is Joe Montana's cup. Everybody named Joe must drink from the same cup. That's the way we roll here on the Rich Eisen Show at the Super Bowl.
How
Thanks.
about a round of applause for Chris Long, your boss? This is unbelievable.
There he is.
I love you, Chris. They don't call him muscles for nothing. This is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I love
Chris
it.
Long has brought us this hotel. We're
I'm
back
happy
with more
for
here.
you.
Yeah, thanks, bud. Good to see you. I'll
right,
see you
good to see you.
tonight. That is Joe Buck right here on the Rich Eisen Show. We are back with your phone calls, 844-204-RICH. We'll reveal the poll question, and I will scratch a question for Troy Aikman off the list.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.